All right, everybody. So thank you for joining me this morning for our yoga sequence. So I know I tried to keep these a little shorter. Last week was a little bit longer. I will do my best this week to keep it a little bit shorter. We'll be looking towards building and working towards back bends. Again, we have an abbreviated sequence, but if you're interested in the full-on sequence, if you please make it into the class. Yes, we'll have the full-on sequence. All right. One yoga block for our sequence today. You can place it. It's not actually needed. But if you do have it, you can just place it kind of by your side. We'll use it in a few moments. Otherwise, we'll start in a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. You can even sit up onto a yoga block. You can sit Indian style, Japanese style, full lotus, half lotus, whatever starting position works for you. And we'll get really comfortable here initially. So if you'd like to keep the eyes open, you can. Otherwise, we'll close the eyes. We'll start to bring our thoughts inward. And we'll see if we can begin to let go of all the things we had going on this morning. Try to let go of all the responsibilities we have throughout the rest of our day. For the next few moments as we move through our sequence, we want to see if we can keep our breath focused, keep our mind focused right here, right now, and just try to elongate the inhales and the exhales. So with that in mind, let's see if we can start off our practice here this morning or whenever you're practicing at home with a nice big inhale in through the nose. Lengthen up. Try to grow tall, creating space between the vertebrae. Long inhales, we're trying to fill the belly. Belly expands on the inhales. The belly softly falls on the exhales. See if you can establish this diaphragmatic style of breathing. And we want elongated inhales. And then over time, even longer, deeper exhales. Let's see if we can take a few more breaths here. Elongating, connecting, trying to clear the mind. We'll start to move in just a moment. And as we're moving into these colder months, if you'd like to incorporate UGI Ocean breathing as part of your yoga practice, you absolutely can promote this style of breathing. So add a slight constriction to your throat. Maybe it feels like we're dragging or pulling the breath against the back of the throat and audibly maybe making that snoring sound as well with the breath. We'll take one more big inhale and exhale. Nice relaxing exhale, let it go. If you'd like to keep the eyes closed a little longer, you can. We're going to start by rolling out the neck. So we'll start off our practice with large circles with the head and neck. Not too fast, not too slow. Trying to promote, indeed, full range of motion. And next time you come back to center, we'll switch directions with the head and neck. And again, large circles with the head and neck. Promoting full range of motion. One more. We'll come back to center. You can blink the eyes open for a moment. We're going to do a brief wrist stretch, and we're going to get right into our down dog from there. So let's invert them back today. We'll invert the fingertips back towards us from tabletop. Rock back. Get a nice little stretch here in the forearms and the wrists. Trying to keep the fingers flat to the floor and the base of the palm flat to the floor as you rock back. And then indeed press the fingertips to pull the shoulders back over top of hands. We'll do that a few times. We'll rock back, get the nice stretch in the forearms, and press into the mat. Hope everybody had a very, very nice Thanksgiving. Hopefully we felt okay the next day. I know definitely from eating some things that you normally would not eat. For myself, definitely felt a bit achy the next day, maybe a little more fatigued and tired. And it wasn't until kind of Saturday where I really started to feel a little bit better. And then today, hopefully, today goes well. All right. Let's shake out the hands and wrists. Maybe make some circles with them. And we're ready for our first down-facing dog. So when you're ready, we'll tuck the toes. We'll come into tabletop position. Tuck the toes, down-facing dog. All right. Lift the glutes high in the air. Feel free to pedal out the feet. Let's move for a few minutes, or a few moments, rather. So you can bend the left knee, bend the right knee. You can shake out your head yes and no. Maybe move or sway the hips back and forth here on the mat as well. Again, take some time getting into your down-facing dog. And when you are in down dog, we are looking to have the feet. We're going to have some issues today with the clothes. So hopefully we have the feet about hip width distance. The heels are actively pressing down. Gaze is inward. No tension in your head or neck. Fingers are spread wide, slightly turned out. We're pressing the heels down as well as pressing the chest down towards the toes. Gaze is inward. And over time, if you notice, we're having this upside down V shape start to develop in the body. All right, we'll take a nice inhale, fill the lungs in down dog. And a nice relaxing exhale, let it go as we press those heels down to the floor. We're going to really ease in for this first portion of our practice, so let's just move nice and slow according to our breath. So from down dog, let's start to open up that right hip. We're going to bring the right foot high in the air. We'll bend the knee, begin to open it up. So right foot can move over the left side of the body. Maybe you can even gaze over the left shoulder. And if you would like, you can move the leg and the foot around a little bit as it reaches closer and closer to your gaze point, to open up right side body here, right side of the belly, the hip flexor. We'll just, again, see if you can gaze over and see the foot. We'll spend one more breath here. And then slowly, in fact, as slowly as you can, we're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. We're going to take a moment in lizard pose. So step that right foot up there. Carefully drop down to your left knee. And we're going to take a very passive approach, at least initially. So you can plant your palms down and just hang out here, swaying your hips left to right perhaps. Particularly the right knee is moving to the right. But again, if you notice, I'm moving the hips to the left and to the right. So I'm just easing into the practice. Again, swaying hips around, feeling this nice opening in the right inner thigh as the right knee moves away. And when the right knee does move away, the arch of the right foot peels up a little bit. I'm going to spend another breath here, just exploring, checking in with the body, loosening up little by little, especially if it's your morning practice. Please ease into your practice. That goes for all of the practices. And then we're going to take side plank. So tuck the back left toes, come up off of the knee. Any variation of side plank. Right foot steps back. You could drop down to your left knee here. You can always offset your feet. That will help with balance. Otherwise, maybe you're stacking the feet on top of one another. Press through your left palm. Left hip presses right hip up towards the ceiling. We'll hold for 3. 2 seconds. Press the floor away. And then on one, slowly, we're going to step that right foot right back to where it was, the top of the mat. And then slowly slide and kick that left foot through. I'm going to take a warrior's bridge. So the left palm comes down. I just shifted it a little further back. We'll inhale and bridge the hips up. All right, we just came out of that side plank. Left shoulder's all nice and warmed up. We're right back into another variation. Try to get archy here. So really start to press the sternum in the chest up to the ceiling as you reach up and back. We'll hold for 3, 2, and then slowly, 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 under control, make your way all the way back down. We will now grab onto this block if it's close by. We just came down from that warrior's bridge. We're going to simply lay on our back, roll onto the left side body. The knee can get right there on the yoga block. Left hand holds it down, right hand behind the back of the head. Exhale, let's rotate and twist. So our T-spine extension, our T-spine twist here. Rotate right shoulder blade, right elbow down towards the floor. Release elbow points up towards the ceiling. 1. We're going to take 5. Rotate right shoulder blade down. Release right elbow points up. All right, we do want this knee in contact with the block. Now, if your right elbow and shoulder blade easily touch the floor, only then would I suggest getting rid of the block. Otherwise, you can keep the block right there. This is number 4. Rotate and twist your body. Try to press your right elbow and shoulder blade into the mat. One more time, elbow points up. Last one, we'll hold for about 5. Try to twist. You can even puff the sternum up. So it's as if I were to put my finger on your sternum. You would try to push into my finger as the right shoulder blade rocks down. Again, trying to promote more thoracic extension. So twist, twist, twist from your chest And then slowly release. Palms can plant down. We'll roll onto our back and see what I did here with the legs. We're going to set up a figure four stretch. Right hand pulls through. We'll relax back. And we're going to explore here a little bit as well. Figure four stretch. Make sure it feels okay on the right knee. If this ever bothers the knee, you can flex the right foot or just back off the pose altogether. And again, for me, this is a morning time practice. So I do like to explore. Personally, I do like the aspect of finding stillness and breathing and just holding. But mostly in the beginning, especially my morning practices, I add a lot of these little micro movements to kind of wake the body up. All right, one more breath here, pulling the left knee in and using the right elbow to press the inner right thigh away. And then carefully release. Plant your left foot down very close to your left glute. You can see here, arms by the side. We'll bridge the hips up, allow this right knee to drop down. So this is an extension of that figure four stretch that I always like to promote. Feels really, really nice on that inner right thigh as gravity allows the right knee to drop down towards the floor. Ooh, feels great. We'll hold for 3, 2. Awesome. Slowly come down on 1. All right. The left leg goes long, right foot flat to the mat. Let's see if we can round up just like we did a few weeks ago. So I'm going to reach the hands to the top of the mat. We're going to bend the round and curl up, up, up. You can hold on to the knee and gently press into it to get you up. We're going to kick back. So plant the left palm down. Left foot is going to go all the way back, back, back. You can take lizard active. So palms plant down. Left heel presses to the back of the room. Right knee moves away. Active lizard. I'm not on the left knee. I'm kicking the leg back. Or you can take the quad stretch. Left knee touches down. Rotate the upper body. If this is too challenging, again, take the active lizard version. Otherwise, heel approaches glute as your right collarbone presents to the ceiling. And we'll hold this quad stretch for 3, 2. Pull it in, pull it in. Let's carefully release on 1. We're going to send ourselves right back to down facing dog. Send it back. Move around, sway the hips, maybe a little left, maybe a little right. We'll settle into our down dog. Let's open up the left hip, left foot high in the air. Open it up. Look over your right shoulder. Maybe you can see the foot. Foot gets closer and closer to your face. We'll hold for 3. Chest presses down through the arms. 2, gazing over that right shoulder. A slow step to the lizard on 1. Slowly step it to the outside of this left hand. We'll drop down and take the passive approach with some movement. So let's explore. Press the hips right. Press the hips left. Again, arch of the left foot begins to lift up. And again, ease into these postures. Ease in, ease in. Be a little bit more movement here in lizard. All right, let's take a side plank. Right palm touches down. Tuck the back right toe. Step that left foot back. You can drop down to your right knee here. Offset the feet or stack them. Press the floor away for 3. Right palm is pressing into the floor. Right hips lifting. Left hip up 2. On 1, step the left foot up to the top of the mat, all in one motion. Kick it through. There's a subtle adjustment now of planting the right palm behind us and maybe a little more separation of the feet for Warrior's Bridge. Let's bridge them up. Try to get archy. Try to really start to reach up and back for 3. So it feels more like a back bend than the side plank does. 2. and slowly lower down on 1. If that block is handy, you can grab onto the block. We're rolling onto right side body this time, blocks underneath of the left knee. Try to hold the knee down in place. That is important. Try to keep it there. Left palm behind the head. Exhale and twist. Going to rotate the left shoulder blade, left elbow down, twist. Release, elbow points up. Exhale, twist. Release, twist. Point it up. 2 more, twist. Last one. Twist, twist, and twist. All right. Release. Watch here as I come onto the back now. The left foot is placed, kind of how a guy would cross his legs. Left ankle, top of right thigh. Identify the left hand this time. Thread it through the hole that you made. Figure 4 stretch. Try to pull the right knee and use the left elbow to press the inner left thigh away. And both of these things at the same time is going to give you a big stretch on that left hip, left glute med. Again, if you like to stay and hold and breathe, otherwise maybe adding some subtle movements here, little by little. We'll just hold for 1 more breath. And again, if it bothers the left knee, flex the left foot, or just try to back off the pose altogether. Release, right heel touches down very close to the right glute, arms by your side. Bridge up. 1 leg bridge. Let the left knee drop down. Let it succumb to gravity. You can gently press it down. Again, this inner left thigh getting a beautiful, nice stretch for 3. We'll press the hips up for 2. All right, on 1, let's lower down. Let's see if this one goes a little bit better than last time. See if you can extend right leg long, left foot flat to the floor. And see if we can round up. So reach the top of the mat, curl the head to shoulder blades. See if you can round up, up, up. Oh, it's just not happening today. It's too early in the morning. Let's kick it back. Right palm plants down. Right foot gets sent back. You can take active lizard. Knee away. Press the right heel back. Stay here. Or the quad stretch, drop down to the right knee. Right palm touches down underneath right shoulder. Open up the torso to the left. Reach back. Try to grab the outside blade edge of the foot. Think in your mind, heel to glute. Left collarbone to the ceiling for 3. 2. Such a beautiful sensation on that inner right, or top of the right thigh rather. Let's release the foot on 1. All right, down facing dog. Let's send it back. Back, back, back. Down facing dog. Press the heels down to the floor. Chest pulls through. And take a nice inhale. Fill the lungs. How about a nice relaxing exhale? Let it go. At the bottom of your breath, let's bend the knees, look up, walk, step, hop, jump, top of mat, exhale, forward fold. Let's grab opposite elbows here for a moment. You can bounce, sway left to right, maybe release head, neck, spine, pedal out the feet, hang down. Again, do whatever feels good here in your body. We do have 2 Sun Sal A's that will move through. We have a slight twist on both of them. All right, when you're ready, let's put a slight bend in the knees. We'll see if we can round up 1 vertebrae at a time. When you get to standing, we'll take a big inhale, arms rise. Reach up, try to touch the ceiling, maybe a back bend at the top. And a big exhale, swan dive down. Hinge at the hips, send the glutes back. Palms touch down, knees can be bent or straight. Step, walk, hop, float it back. High plank. Now we're going to lower all the way down to the belly slowly and under control. We're going to stop when we meet the belly. So ready? Chaturanga down. Lower all the way down. Slow, slow, slow. Rest here on the belly. Feet, heels, point up towards the ceiling. Cactus the arms. Lift for 3. Everything in the back body is very active and turned on. Heels press up. Back of palms lift. 2. On 1, plant your hands down underneath the ribs/shoulders. Maybe you can bring the big toes to touch. We're going to see if we can inhale for an upward facing dog as we lift up and back. Maybe bringing crown towards toes. And then plant the feet down. Engage your core. Lift back. Downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths in and out through the nose. Breathe. The bottom of your next breath, bend your knees, look up, step, jump, walk, hop, top of mat. Exhale, forward fold. Put a slight bend in the knees, round up. When you get to standing, inhale, arms rise, reach up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive down, hinge at the hips. Palms plant down, step, walk, jump, hop back, high plank position. Chaturanga down, slow, slow. Slow. Rest on the belly. Feet up. Posterior lift for 3. Heels press up. Shoulder blades lift up. 2. Plant the palms down on 1. See if you can bring the big toes together to touch. Try to bring the feet as close to the glutes as you can. Inhale, lift up and back. And then engage your core. Big time. Lift back. Downward facing dog, 3 to 5 breaths in and out through the nose. You gotta remember, don't wear hoodies, shirts when using a microphone. All right, we're back here in our down dog. Heels pressed down. Breath is steady here in and out through the nose. Breathe. At the bottom of your next breath, bend the knees, look up. Walk, step, jump, hop, top of mat. Exhale, forward fold. Put a slight bend in the knees. We'll see if we can round up 1 vertebrae at a time. When we get to standing, big inhale, arms rise. Now we're going to cactus the arms. So bring the arms down, elbows into side body. We're going to take Utkatasana chair pose. Sit the butt down nice and low with the arms cactused. Really try to have the torso lifting up to the ceiling over time as the shoulder blades squeeze back together. Weight is in the heels. Let's sink it down nice and low. Now from here, begin to rise up to the ceiling. Reach the hands up. See if you can reach up and back as we take a back bend. Lengthen up. And then back. And then cactus the arms one more time. Back into Utkatasana chair pose. Again, chest rotating up to ceiling. Tension between your shoulder blades. Exhale, release. Palms touch down. Legs can begin to straighten. It's a big slow step of the right foot back. For crescent lunge. Inhale, arms rise for crescent. Now we're trying over time to have the chest reach up. But then reach up and back as we sink into that left knee, pressing the right heel back. See if you can again reach up and back. We'll hold for 3 in crescent lunge. 2. Seamlessly, see if you can carefully drop down to your right knee, rotating the upper body to the left. You're going to have to use core strength, a lot of balance here. See if you can twist the upper body, gazing behind you down the left fingertips for 3. Lots of balance. 2. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits on 1. Palms can plant down. Tuck your left foot back. Tuck the toes back or flex the toes back. Now you can drag your left heel back for a little bit. When it stops, it ensures that we have square hips in the back. Whereas if your left foot was here, again, the hips are a bit uneven. Drag it back, flex the toes back. Exhale, forward fold. Now over that left leg. And again, just go to where you can. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Again, if you'd like to add any movement, maybe moving the femur around in the hip sockets subtly. Might feel nice, and then we're just folding over that left leg. The forehead can approach the left knee or shin. Again, though, really try to flex the left toes back as you melt down. Please breathe. Don't forget to breathe. One more inhale, one more exhale. We're going to set up an active pigeon hold. So carefully release. We're going to tuck the back right toes, come up off of the knee, and I'm going to ask you to scoot your left foot over towards the right hand. Now, allow the left knee to begin to sink down, and what happens is the left shin is approaching parallel to the top of the mat. So we're going to stay right here. Now the left knee can sink down, but notice I'm on the ball of the back right foot, pressing the right heel back, and the left knee goes to wherever it can. Maybe it touches the ground, right? For me, I get a really nice sensation if I stay up here on the palms. The left knee is pressing down. I'm pressing the right heel back. So I'm not sinking into it in our typical pigeon pose. I'm pressing the right heel back and pressing the left knee down while actively pressing the left blade edge of left foot into the mat. Again, for this active pigeon pose. We'll hold for 3 seconds. Breathe and just press it down. 2. All right. On 1. Let's step it back. Woo-wee. If you want to shake out that left leg, you can shake it out. You can take a chaturanga right now. You can take a child's pose right now if you'd like. We'll eventually find our way back into down facing dog. So again, a child's pose or a chaturanga. We'll meet back in down dog. Take 2 or 3 breaths, whatever you choose. When you're ready to make your way back into down-facing dog, we'll come back to down-facing dog. We'll take a nice inhale and an exhale here. Let it go, let it go. The bottom of your breath, bend your knees, look up. Walk or step, top of mat, exhale, forward fold. Round up 1 vertebrae at a time. When we get to standing, big inhale, arms rise, reach up. Cactus the arms, elbows squeezing the side body, back of the palms press to the wall behind us, sink it down, Utkatasana chair pose. Stay here in your chair pose with the heels down, or we could try this with the heels up. Much, much more challenging. Sit it down nice and low, cactus the arms, create tension in your shoulder blades. See if you can rise from here, staying on the balls of the feet, maybe reaching up and back. Again, the heels can touch down at any time. Oh boy. And then see if you can cactus the arms once again. Maybe sitting the butt back and down. Lots more concentration on that one. Holy cow. All right. And then exhale. Heels touch down. Forward fold. Palms touch down. Big slow step of the left foot back, back, back. Crescent lunge. Inhale, arms rise for crescent. Left heel's pressing back in a deep bend in that front right knee. We'll hold for 3. 2. Carefully drop down to left knee. Rotate upper body to the right. Gazing behind you. Down the right fingertips. Again, we'll hold for 3. 2. Ardha Hanumanasana on 1. Palms plan down. Shift the weight into your left knee. Flex the right foot back. Maybe a moment. You can drag the right heel back. It stops. We're ready to exhale and fold over that right leg this time. Flex the toes back, forward fold. The more you flex that foot back, it will increase the stretch for sure. Sensations in the Achilles and into the calf. And we're going to set up this active pigeon hold. So when you're ready, let's come out and release. Scoot the right foot towards the left hand. Come up off of the left knee. Press the left heel back. So that's key. Allow the right knee to drop down to wherever it thinks it can go. And we're going to stay here, pressing the left heel back. Back left leg is straight and strong, while pressing right knee down and blade edge of right foot down into the mat. The right shin over time approaches parallel. And we'll hold for 3. Oh, what a nice sensation in that right glute med, right hip. 2. And on 1. Ooh, let's come out so you can shake out that right leg. If you'd like to take a child's pose, or if you'd like to take a chaturanga here, feel free. We'll meet back in down facing dog. And lift back, down facing dog. All right, we'll take a big inhale here, fill the lungs. A nice relaxing exhale, let it go. We'll carefully drop down to the knees. Let's set up camel pose. And then we'll give you a bunch of options of how you can finish off your practice and move forward. So from the knees, we'll try to bring first the hands into the back pockets. So think hands in back pockets, low back, elbows coming really close together back there to touch. As close together as you can. As long as your neck is okay, inhale, look up, allow the head and neck to drop back, and then gently begin to press the stomach, hips, and thighs forward as you go up to go back. So we got to really lengthen up and back, gently pressing stomach, hips, thighs forward. You can reach for the feet, thumbs on the outside, fingers on the inside, as long as that feels okay. But if you do have the feet, you still want everything pressing forward and up to the ceiling. So it feels like I'm going to fly out of it and I'm opening the front of my body. We'll hold the camel for 3. 2, press the hips up and forward, and then on 1, carefully come out. You can bring one hand to the low back, the other hand to the low back, carefully come on down, and then you can move the spine around a little bit here, left and right, move it around little by little. All right, so a few things I'll say here at the end. First thing is, if you would like to end with any more back bends, please, you could take one more camel pose like we just did, and then maybe set up Urdhva Dhanurasana or wheel pose if you have that as part of your practice. You could always end with, for example, a bridge pose as another variation of a back bend. All right, so if you do have, again, those back bends as part of your practice, you can finish with those at this time. Otherwise, you could take any restorative approaches as well, but please don't miss or skip the 3 to 5 minutes of final rest and final Shavasana. And if you are interested in, again, the elongated version of these sequences or how we kind of build up to different things, come into the studio. Again, I'm trying to make these a little bit shorter. So hopefully it was a nice little power 35 minutes or so of your yoga practice. Questions or comments, feel free to reach out. Again, I hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving as we're again moving into the colder months. Please try to stay active as best as you can. I know it's easy to kind of shut it down when things get colder. Stay active. Greatly appreciate everybody following the Patreon account. If there's any friends or family that you guys have that might be interested, please extend it to them as well. Otherwise, have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day and rest of week. Again, if you have any other further back bends, you can take those at this time. Otherwise, 3 to 5 minutes of final rest and final Shavasana. Until next time, I will say peace, namaste. Have a great, great rest of your day. And let's try to stay calm during these holiday season coming up. All right? Peace, peace, peace. Namaste, guys. Great work. Take care.